Hey, your boys are back, and we here to talk about this Vandy game and this interesting game going into Arkansas. The CNT Talking Tigers. Let's enter the Tiger Den right now.
This is CNT Talking Tigers. We're talking Auburn football. It's what we do. Welcome to the Tigers.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to CNT Talking Tigers. We're talking about football is what we do. Of course, I'm your host, Courtney Chandler. There's my co-host there, Mr. Tony Milford. We appreciate you all for taking out the time to listen to us on Wednesday night, our normal scheduled day of the week, where we come to you all, give you an update on what's going on. Yeah, so first off, make sure that you follow us on CNT Talking Tigers on Instagram, and then also make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Tony, hey, we got another winner on our belt. How you feeling, sir?
Hey man, we 2 game winning streak, back to back wins, feeling good. And the afternoon games have been kind to us, it seems like. Uh Playing at night, late in the evening, don't really do too much for us. We seem to play our
Right.
best football around 2:30, 3 o'clock kickoff. We seem to play our best football all year.
Yes,
Every
sir.
game we won, minus the Cal game, has been a 2:30 kickoff.
Yeah.
2:30, 3 o'clock kickoff. You know what I mean? So
We
let's
got a
keep it
little
right
magic.
there. That's our wheelhouse seems like.
Yeah. We got a little magic during that time. Before we continue, I gotta make mention of something. Y'all make sure y'all say happy birthday to Tony's twins today. They're celebrating a birthday, so show them some love. Go ahead, clap it up, say happy birthday in the chat for them. Show them some love.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to Michaela Grace and her twin brother Tony Milford too. You know what I'm saying? They're 4 years old today, man. Love them to death. They are full of joy and excitement and they had a wonderful time today. Shout out to everybody who made that day special. From appreciate it, Ron, from the people at daycare to their grandmothers, their aunts, their uncles, their moms, uh, their Brown Brittany, everybody who made that day, especially Brown Brittany, everybody who made that day wonderful today. We appreciate it. Appreciate Courtney Chandler for shouting out the twins on CNT Talking Tigers, baby.
Amen. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it, Bubba and the old man. Appreciate you, Ronald. Cam Bill probably gonna come. I knew Cam was coming, baby. Cam
Yeah.
coming with it.
Cam
We
in the house.
appreciate y'all, man, for taking time out to show my twins a little love, man. We really appreciate it.
I got to shout out my brother today, his birthday as well. Shout out to my brother Calvin Austin Ingram. Happy birthday to you, bro. Even though you cheer for the other team, but happy birthday.
Uh, oh
You
yeah,
know
we,
we.
we might skip his birthday then. Hey Ronald, y'all ain't got to tell your brother happy birthday then.
Nah, don't do them like that. Don't do them like that.
You take them birthday wishes to your Facebook page. This is for Auburn fans only. My children got pictures of Auburn stuff. What about your brother?
Yeah. Is we win the Iron Bowl, I make it take pictures of some Auburn stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about it. This hop on in. Let's talk about it. Auburn, they beat Vandy 31-15. Like Tony said, 2 wins in a row. Definitely excited that they won. There was a couple things that we're gonna talk about uh in that game, but they came off hitting on all cylinders. I think Jacquez started off hot with the touchdown, and hey, they looking or they're progressing as a team. So Tony, man, what did you see? I know that there were some things that we can address, but what was the good that you saw through the game?
Man, some of the good I saw in the game was we looked competent again in the passing game. Wasn't it, we didn't throw for as many yards as we did the week before, but we were 17 to 27, almost 200 yards. We threw 2 touchdowns, only one pick. Uh, the thing I'm most excited about, first and foremost, was the win. But
Hmm.
second of all, is the reemergence of one Jarquez Hunter.
Hey, man.
Over the last 3 weeks, Quez is putting up around 140 yards and just about a touchdown a game. He scored over the last 3 games. He scored 4 touchdowns. It had well over 400 yards rushing. So first and foremost, shout out to Quez for coming back around. He put up 91 on Ole Miss. He came back with 144 last week at Mississippi State and 183 against Vandy. So at the rate he's going, we're looking to see 200 yards and maybe 3-4 touchdowns Saturday against Arkansas if he can keep this up. Not saying that he will, but it'll be good to see if he does. We did our thing, man. We didn't score as many points as I would have liked, and they got a touchdown right there towards the end of the game, and a 2-point conversion. Excuse me, and a 2-point conversion. For the most part, we dominated these guys like I hoped we would, and like I thought we should, and like most of us expected us to. 5 sacks. We sacked them 5 times. We got a couple of turnovers out the deal. Rivaldo, continues to be a blessing from the portal. The offensive line is getting better. Excuse me, it's cold in here. Ooh, Jesus. But anyway, excuse me, the offensive line is getting better.
Got a freeze warning in his house.
I'm telling you, we weren't. It's cold over here on Tigers Way. Yeah, but I'll let y'all see that Tigers Way, baby. But anyway, hadn't given up as many sacks the last couple of weeks. Our running game is starting to take off. We went on the road, even though it was in Vandy. It was on the road. We could have easily came out lethargic, played down to our competition, but over the last 2 weeks, I've been impressed. Peyton Thorne hadn't been a world beater, but he's looked way better than he has at any point this year. It's 2 straight SEC games where he's looked like a competent quarterback. Javaris Johnson, he caught 3 balls for 62 yards. Really did his thing. But outside of that, man, not complaining at all. Not one bit. Like I said, these last 3 games has got Jarquez up to an 80-yard average with about 7 touchdowns now. Rivaldo continues to do his thing. Fairweather, he caught 2 balls. He only caught 2 balls. They were 62 yards and a touchdown. Nehemiah Pritchett got him another pick this week. So that's 2 for him, if I'm not mistaken. That's 2 straight weeks with a pick for Nehemiah. So he's starting to get hot at the right time. I mentioned those 5 sacks. The people involved on those 5 sacks, of course, the man who's around the ball all the time, Eugene Asante. He might well have a ball. He must have pig skin in his blood or something. Must he be around the ball? He can just smell it. I think our most consistent defensive player, especially in the front 7, even more so than Eugene Asante, has been one Marcus Harris. The former Selma Saint has been doing his thug thizzle the whole year. I'm talking about week in and week out. If nobody else shows up on defense, Marcus Harris shows up on defense. Eugene Asante has been spectacular, but even more so than Eugene Asante, Marcus Harris has been the most steady, consistent, and the best defender we've had all season. No matter wins, losses, he's making tackles in the backfield. He's getting pressure up the middle. He's getting sacks. He is making things happen. Cam Riley got in on a sack. I think him and Marcus split one. Shout out to Austin Keys, transferred. He had a sack force fumble.
Good to have him back.
We're glad to see him back. That's making a difference. You can tell the difference he's making his presence felt. And a name that has been hot, real hot the last 2-3 weeks, ever since we lost the kite boy from Maryland. Ever since he went down, Jalen, they talked about Kevin. They talked about Keldrick Falk, and he's a true freshman. Still got room to grow. Still got plays to make. But Jalen McLeod has been living in opponents' backfields the last 3-4 games.
Yep.
He had another sack this week. Had sack last week. So man, excuse me. But yeah, like I was saying, Jalen McLeod is really coming to his own. He's heating up the last few weeks. Zacchaeus Walker. Shout out to Zacchaeus Walker. I almost forgot he was still on the team. I ain't heard his name called in so long. But he was making plays out there Saturday. And that's what you want to see down the stretch. People getting better. And I can say this, and it could be more so of the schedule, or it could just be coaching starting to take place. But the last 2 weeks we've looked extremely better offensively. We're getting better defensively. And of course, special teams has been solid the whole year, from the kick return game with Petit to whoever's back there returning kicks. Who's it? Jalen Simpson. Jalen Simpson will be back there.
I think it was at one point Keontae, but it might be Jalen now. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Keontae at first. Keontae Scott was at first. I think Jalen might be back there now.
Okay.
But if not, of course, my boy McPherson hadn't missed a kick all year. Hope I don't jinx him at all. But the boy ain't missed the extra point. He ain't missed the field goal. He ain't missing nothing. Just like his brother, he automatic. Them McPherson boys, his brother up there in Cincinnati with the Bengals knocking them down, and his brother on the Plains knocking them down. And of course, Oscar Chapman, he's getting 47 to 53-yard averages every week. So our special teams is as solid as can be, not giving up any big returns. So I'm proud of that. Peyton Thorne has looked better the last 2 weeks, looked more competent. He had 12 carries for 40 yards, so he still chipped in into the passing game, with the running game. But I take those 2 touchdowns that he threw any day. The completion percentage was a little above 60. He could be a little, but he only missed on 10 passes, 17 to 27. I won't complain about that. Jarquez was 19 for 183 and 2 touchdowns. I loved it. Rivaldo caught a touchdown. We had 5 sacks. Our penalties, I don't think we had maybe 5 or 6 penalties. Not a lot of yardage given up in the penalties. So, we shut that run down. They didn't really run. I told you they weren't going to run that much anyway. I think their leading rusher had 40 yards, which was probably great for them. But like I said, they don't look to run much anyway. So their leading receiver usually averages about 65 yards a game. I think we held him to maybe 43. So like I said, we did a great job of keeping them, under how they usually perform to their averages. So I'll take that any day of the week. If you can keep them under their averages, that's great. So we didn't score as many as I thought. We gave up just a tad bit more than I thought we would with a late score on their behalf. But 2 wins in a row, everything looking like it's heading in the right direction, and we definitely needed to with this sneaky Arkansas team that we're going to see. But before we get into that, just want to say, hey, I saw stride from Peyton Thorne look better. I see Jarquez Hunter starting to come back to form. Rivaldo is consistently our best weapon. We're getting more aggressive on defense. Special teams is consistent. I like the direction we're heading.
Yes, sir. Hey, before I get into the things that we could improve on, let me go on. We got some comments here. Let's see. Ronald said, I think DJ James read my comments last week because he played lights out in the game. I also think he's better than that overhyped sugar-free Kool-Aid in Tuscaloosa.
Hey, somebody might have passed the message along what you said about DJ James. He did have a really good game Saturday, Ron.
Yeah, somebody might have got that message to him. Bubba the old man said McLeod is finally 100%, and you can tell the difference. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, that boy is an animal. I think the last maybe 3 weeks, man, he's been tackled for loss, sack. He has been eating. We need it.
And then they said
Keontae and Cormore, that's right.
Yeah.
Cormore return points.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the stuff that they struggling in. Cam, I say this because Cam brought up a point that's been talked about all week. Way too many drop passes. Receivers can't catch a cold in Antarctica. So let's just go ahead and talk about it because I've been hearing about it all week long about the receivers dropping the ball. So, Tony, what's your take on this and the other issues that you see on the field from last Saturday?
I'm gonna say I don't know if they used to getting the ball in game situations. They forgot how to catch. But yeah, man, drops is a concentration effort thing. They got to stay locked in, man, because I mean, we could turn 17 for 27 and 194. We could have easily had 22, 23 for 27 and well into the 200s. So if we were patient with the quarterback play and the offensive line play up until this point, I also feel like we got to be a little more patient with the receivers too. Because I mean, they've been dealing with two different sets of quarterbacks all year, and the passing game being as inconsistent as can be. But when given the opportunity, you have to capitalize and make it count, man. So if he hits you in the numbers, he puts it on you. If he puts it on you, hits you in the hands. You're at a Power 5 SEC D1 school. They say Power 5. I'm a D1 type of guy. You're at a Power 5 D1 FBS school. You gotta make that play. You play at Auburn. You're in the SEC. You're on the plains. You got to catch the ball. I mean, that's just all it is to it. No two ways around it. We got to catch that ball, man, because that's just all it is to it. We got to catch the ball. We can't dog the quarterback out, and then they start to get better, and they're making the right throws, making the correct reads, and you guys are just dropping it. You ain't helping them out. You ain't helping us out. So, didn't like that.
Bubba and the old man said, I'm gonna say this comment. They said Omari's drop almost gave me a stroke.
I don't even see how you. It's like he put his feet on his hands or something. I just couldn't understand it, man. I just couldn't understand it. It was bad out there Saturday, but I'd rather you get them drops out the way in Nashville, and maybe we can hold on to this thing down here in Fayetteville.
I said this was an issue back in Georgia because Peyton Thorne was
they were dropping that ball against Georgia too,
and they were dropping the ball. They were dropping big time plays.
Yeah, you're right. They did do that. They did drop that ball against Georgia. Yeah. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah. Before we move on to Arkansas, Ronald had one more comment about this issue. That another issue to me is the tight ends for blocking on screen passes is hurting us and putting the offense in third and long situations.
Rivaldo ain't come here to block.
Nah, came here to be a scorer.
Rivaldo about 215.
Yeah.
He's just a slow wide receiver. He ain't come here to block. So if you're looking for Rivaldo to do any blocking, close your eyes.
You better be praying for Luke Deal to do it.
But now Tyler Fromm them need to get on their shit, man. We need some blocking out of you guys. I like Ronald, man. Ronald be seeing some things that might not get brought up all the time. Ronald adds a different perspective to the show, and I really like that. I really appreciate Ronald. And he points out some things that might slip my mind, and then you be like, "Yeah, you're right, boy." Yeah, most definitely, man. We got to get better in that screen game.
That's Luke's job.
Hey, Luke got to get on his. Luke Deal got to get on his job too, man. Them boy.
You got to earn his NIL.
Yeah, hey, Luke and
Tyler Fromm,
man. They got to do. But I'm telling you, Rivaldo ain't come down. Rivaldo ain't come down here and do no blocking. Rivaldo can't put that thing.
Yeah. In zone.
He can't catch that thing. He catch it. But yeah, we definitely got to get a little bit of better blocking. But overall, man, I'm starting to get more impressed with the offensive line as well because, like I said,
Yeah,
we're giving up less sacks and our running game is starting to take off. With the offensive line, man, you got to
oh
have
man,
five
so
guys on the
well,
same
there you go.
page.
Okay, we
Yeah,
lost you there for a second, but you came back.
oh yeah, in the running game, you got to have five guys on the same page, man. And
Hmm.
I think those guys, three out of the five come through the portal, and so just getting the communication down and getting reps together, being in rhythm, being in locking step. You know what I'm saying? Knowing where he's gonna be, starting to come together. So we might be hitting our stride at the right time, but we'll find out Saturday.
Absolutely. Before we talk about Saturday, let me give a shout out to Connor Liu, the true freshman that's came in and stepped up in center. Man, he looking good. I know he stepped in for Avery Jones when he got hurt, and everybody was a little nervous. But man, Connor Liu has been holding it down. So shout out to him. And Bubba and Old Man also mentioned another offensive lineman, Gunnar Britton, is out there dominating. He eating. So yeah, the
Yeah,
offensive
that
line they
Gunnar
playing
Britton,
their game.
I was hard on that boy from Western Kentucky at the beginning of the year, but
Yeah,
he's really stepped up. And that Connor Lou, I think we flipped him from Miami.
yeah.
That was a Miami flip, and thank God we did because he came in and looked like he belonged. That's one thing about them centers, man. If you get you a good one, you can plug him in and play him for 4 years. Shout out to Ryan Pugh.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about Arkansas. Jesus. All right, this game is on Saturday, Razorback Stadium, 3 o'clock. I have been nervous about this game all year. This going into Arkansas, going into Fayetteville is one of the weirdest situations for an Auburn football team in Auburn football history. I can name plenty of games where they went into this stadium and looked tremendously good before the game, and then come into here play Arkansas in at even at Jordan Hare, and then they drop a egg. So I'm nervous. I ain't even lie to y'all. I'm extremely nervous about this game compared to all the rest of the games we have called this season.
Arkansas is a nerve-wracking game every year,
Yeah.
no matter what. I learned that as a youngster, probably 10, 11 years old, watching Jefferson Pilot Sports.
Ooh, take us back.
Hey, a lot of y'all might not remember them Jefferson
Yes,
Pilot
sir.
Sports days, boy. But
Yes.
them Arkansas Auburn games on Jefferson Pilot Sports
Yes.
on at 11, and it used to be around 11 o'clock. Man, some
Came on
freaky
right after
things that happened
Memphis
against
Kids,
Arkansas.
man. I remember that. I remember them days.
And I promise you that one game that stands out to me the most is that boy Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor had a gap in his mouth, probably did be running back from Arkansas. Man ran all over us, man. One day, man, we was better than them boys, man. Man ran all over us, man. I'm talking about we couldn't stop that boy. Arkansas has kept some really good backs over the years,
Yeah.
and even if that team really isn't good, they're always pretty solid. They might not be great. They could just be real good. They ain't gonna be sorry. They just gonna be really, really solid. They might not like this year. They having trouble winning games, but that's still a really, really solid, good, really, really solid team. Anytime you got a quarterback like KJ Jefferson and a running back like Sanders on Raheem Sanders, he's been out, but came back last week against Florida, dropped 100. Uh, Andrew Armstrong dropped over 100 against Florida, and so yeah, man, Arkansas. They just broke that 6-game losing streak. They could have kept losing for all I cared. They snapped a 6-game losing streak against Florida. Um, 39-36. They scored 39 points this week. The week before that, they scored 3.
Yeah.
And the 3 weeks before that, I think it was more like 22, 21, 20,
21,
something like
21.
that. Haven't been putting up a lot of points. But Florida's a big disappointment too. So that was more like a disappointment bowl right there. Um,
Hmm.
the only good thing, I mean, one good thing going for us is at 3 o'clock. We've been playing good in the afternoon session. But those games were at home. This one's gonna be on the road. Arkansas doesn't have it's not one of the top 10 places that you fear going into a stadium, but them people at Darrell Cable, I think it's them people in Razorback Stadium get down. You know that hog pig suey cow they get down, man. They can make it rough on you, man. It's usually either really like cloudy or overcast. It might be a little rain. It might be a little cold. I think this weekend it might be some foul weather. So hopefully we'll be able to do something with that. I think we just barely get away with beating Arkansas a couple of years ago with Bo Nix.
Yeah,
wasn't that the game
they
that
came back? That's the game where it was raining and it was the fumble, and they called it. They called it
it a
back.
spike or something?
Yeah, it was a spike. Yeah, that game. I think they should have won, but the
Yeah,
refs.
they really should have.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
refs
that's
called it
that's
on the
that's the type of
outside.
Arkansas I be talking about, man. That right there.
Tony,
But
the
right now,
Hood is
they got
supposed to
KJ
be.
Jefferson whose numbers don't really tell the story. He's averaging about 200 yards a game passing, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. He just so happened to also be their leading rusher. No, 8 picks, 16 touchdowns, 8 picks. He also happened to be their leading rusher, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. But that's because Raheem Sanders has been out. He's back. He like I say, he dropped over 100 on Florida. They're gonna look to put him to work against us too. So we gotta be ready for that. Now one of the bright sides, even though they beat Florida, they still turned the ball over twice and was sacked 5 times. If I'm not mistaken. So that works in our favors. I don't like the fact that they're 41% on third down because we kind of struggle with our third down defense. Last week we were a lot better offensively on third down and defensively. So hopefully that can continue to go in our favor. Andrew Armstrong, like I said, their best wide receiver, 69 yards a game, 4 touchdowns. We have a lot of similarities with Arkansas. We score about the same. They score about 28 points per game. We're right there about 27. They give up 24 points a game. We give up a little less, right around 21, almost 22. They only average 325 yards a game, which is probably a little less than what we do. They do 203 in the air, which is more than us, but they only do 122 on the ground, which is way less than us. But with Raheem Sanders coming back, they'll probably put a little more effort into the run game this week. So Marcus Harris, those guys straight up the middle of the defense, buckle it up because here they come. I like Nehemiah Pritchett and DJ James on Andrew Armstrong and their receivers. I'm not really afraid of their passing game. KJ is a smart quarterback, so he'll make the right play more times than not. He's a threat to run, but he's not as much of a threat as we've seen the last couple of weeks, especially with my boy Mike Wright. So I'm looking Arkansas, they're solid. They're not great.
Yeah.
They're just solid. On defense, they get after the quarterback. 25 sacks as a unit, but they've only got 8 interceptions as a unit. Landon Jackson, defensive lineman, got about 5.5 sacks. Jaheim Thomas, linebacker, with 3.5. They're the best 2 sack artists. They don't really turn the ball over as far as DBs getting picks. They only got 8 picks. Dwight McGluthan's got 2. Everybody else, the other few guys got 1. So they're not a ball hawking defense, but they are aggressive up front with those 25 sacks. Through 8 games, 25 sacks. So that's a decent average. That's anywhere from 46, about 46 sacks a game, depending on how you look at it. But with all that being said, these guys had just lost 6 in a row. And this is going to go back to what I said against Vandy, what I said against Mississippi State. Let's just let them be who they are. Let's take what we can give. Let's take what they give us. And if we can just keep continuously improve week to week like it looks like we're doing now, Passing game getting better every week. Jarquez is starting to heat up. Offensive line is standing up, standing on business. If we can contain Raheem Sanders and make KJ Jefferson beat us just strictly throwing with no run game involved, holding our lanes, everybody containing. If we contain and run the lanes, we can beat Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. We can beat Arkansas. Um, I like 24. I like 24-17. I like 24-17. Because I mean it's Arkansas, they play us close, they play us tough. We're on the road. We just need to continue to get better. We ain't got to try to blow nobody out or blah, blah, blah. That's what that game against New Mexico State for, which also isn't looking too cupcakey right now because New Mexico State out here winning some games. So, but I digress. 31-17, 31-24, probably 34-24 because 31-24, Arkansas. And like I said, they're not terrible. They're solid, but
Yeah.
they got some players. KJ is a player. Raheem Sanders is a real deal NFL running back. So they've got weapons. 31-24, 31-21, somewhere in that range right there. I like Auburn for the win.
All right. So you got Tony saying um 34-24, 31-26, somewhere in that range. So we'll say it's gonna be Auburn with the win, somewhere in those ranges. All
Yeah,
right,
what are 7 to 10 point victory for the Tigers.
before I give my prediction and breakdown about this game, got a couple comments. Cam says shout out to Justin Powell. Yes, sir. I remember those days. I remember those days. Right out the kids WB. Get ready to watch the SEC game of the week on Justin Powell. I remember that. Um, Ronald said, honestly, Arkansas don't scare me at all. The only thing that can hurt Auburn in this game is Auburn. We need to run the ball and play defense, and we will beat them 27-20. Okay. Got a 27-20. All right. Let me keep going. Got Bubba and the old man. If we don't execute at a high level, it'll be incredibly difficult to win this game. T Will is going to dial up a lot of blitzes to try and confuse Conaloo. A young center will have issues in this game. That's a very good assessment. Very good assessment. And then they said again, just win. I don't care. Is it looks how it looks. Just win. That should be the only goal in the one. Auburn 17-13.
When you're playing Arkansas, man, that's all you can do is just want the W. You don't even care how it comes.
Yeah. So since we talking about Arkansas, um, the forecast for Saturday in Fayetteville, 61 degrees. The low is 50% chance of rain.
Oh man, what I just
Typical,
said, Courtney.
typical Arkansas game.
Hey, that's a
Recipe for disaster.
quintessential Arkansas weather when they playing Auburn on a Saturday. That is just so typical Arkansas for it to be muggy, rainy, all that, boy.
Yep.
We had to
All right.
change. We're gonna change it up and get on that. We just have to feed your quiz.
All right. So at the beginning of the season, before we we start the season, I predicted we lose this game, even above, the LSU. Well, I predicted we was gonna lose to LSU. But Texas A&M, Ole Miss, I said we was gonna lose this game, and it wasn't because I didn't think we were talented. It's just there's something about this game that always gives me an eerie feeling. Um, just growing up as a kid, that just like you, Tony, it's always something about this particular game that just gives me a weird, eerie feeling. Going into Arkansas or Arkansas coming to play Auburn. I can remember when Auburn was number 2 and Arkansas had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones, and they came in there and beat the mess out of Auburn. I think Auburn only scored 10 points that game. You mentioned the game 2 years ago where they should have won in the rain. Say them, yeah, they should have won that one. And then last year, they kicked us while we were down. They came in the Jordan Air and beat us, I think, 41-27, and KJ Jefferson had a show. All right, so with all that being said, I'm still extremely nervous about this game, but I'm gonna go with my heart. Auburn 17, Arkansas 14, and I'm only saying it's that low. It's because of the rain. I think it's gonna just be a
Yeah, I
slug.
made my prediction for that rain hit. So
Yeah,
yeah, I might have to slide mine back down about 24-17 or something. But here no there. You made a lot of great points, Courtney. But with that weather coming up in Arkansas, man, that thing makes me nervous, man. God, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, my good people.
and it's
Everybody out there
cold
in
and
Tiger
rainy.
Land, I'm nervous.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they just wake up when they play Auburn or what, but it's always weird. Even when I even noticed this, even when we blow them out, even when we had Gus Malzahn, when we blew them out in games, they still played relatively well.
Flex.
I noticed that. I remember that. I think what I want to say it was 2018 when we blew them out, and our offense looked like garbage, and they played us fairly well. It's just a weird game, man. It's just weird.
That's Arkansas for you.
Yeah. All right. Let me get some comments. If I get mad. All right. We gonna need Jacquez. This is from Cam. We gonna need Jacquez heavily. Feed him. Thorne might struggle in the rain. Yes, I agree with that, Cam. I think Thorne is going to struggle, so they better feed it to Jarquez and Namari. Then we got Bubba and the old man. They said it's always weird out there. Fat, fat trailer park women in tank tops,
Yeah.
pregame at like AM up, throwing hot dogs in the crowd. Never normal out there. I remember that. That girl, hey, Bubba the old man, that girl hits. I think she hit somebody when she threw that hot dog 2 years ago. I think she hit somebody in the head. I remember watching that on TV. Let's see. Tony froze everybody, so we'll let him. I'm gonna take over until he get his camera and stuff together. Um, with the rain, honestly, this might be the game we need to get Robbie involved with the rain game. I agree. I agree. That's a good observation. Let's see. Yeah, and then Bubba the old man hit us with the facts on that. Yeah, that girl, whoever that CBS reporter girl, she took that hot dog that year and hit somebody
This is
hard.
though.
Yeah, she hit
Oh
somebody
Glizzy Queen. Oh
hard.
Glizzy Queen.
I don't even know who her name is, but she hit them hard. So with that being said, all right, Tony, are you gonna drop your prediction? Or you gonna keep it the same?
Man, with that weather changing like that, I probably come down. I'm gonna come down to 24. 24 for Auburn, 14 for Arkansas.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
stick with
like
mine.
that. 24-14, Auburn gets the win. We on a 3-game winning streak, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine 17-14. Yeah. Before we wrap up, anybody got any questions? Any questions y'all got for us here on tonight? Here on our weekly show on Wednesday. Moving on, man. Whoa, pause, bro. Oh man. And yeah, I got any questions, any hard hitting questions. Which y'all I saw a couple predictions in here. Think yeah, Bubba and the old man, they saying 17-13. I think I saw Ronald too. He said 27-20.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, here's an interesting question from Cam. Will Bo Nix win the Heisman? His name has been brought up several times for the Heisman this week. I think Tony frozen me. Cam, I'm I think he's the
Bo
leader.
I don't think Bo gonna win the Heisman, man.
I think he's the leader for it, but I don't think he's gonna win it though.
Because you got Michael Penix. Michael Penix is playing real good, really well, and he beat Bo.
Yeah,
So you gotta look at that.
and you got Jaden Daniels too. I mean, they might not be playing good, but he's still the best player on
You
that
got
team.
Jordan Travis down there in Tallahassee.
Yeah,
It's a lot of guys, man. If USC and Colorado was winning more, Shadoo and Caleb Williams might be in front of Bo. I predicted when he came out of high school though that he would win, that he could very well win a Heisman. I was high on Bo
did.
Nix, but
You
I
did.
don't know. I don't know if he could. He'd have to. I don't know. Will he? Can he? Is it possible? Very much so. Very much so.
I think he can get New York, but I don't know if
He could probably get to New York, but if he finishes really, he's gonna need a 150, 200 yard type rushing game to get him over the hump, or he's gonna have to drop 500 plus to get him over the top. But he can. Will he? That's a whole nother question.
Well, he got a game that he can do it. That USC game. If he balling out in that USC game against Caleb Williams, he might can have it. But if he struggle, then nah, he ain't. Yeah, I don't think he gonna get it. All right, let's see. Bubba the old man said over or under 30 rushing yards for Thorne.
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over on that one.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go over on that one.
He be turning them little legs.
Yeah. Bo is balling, but not on the Heisman. Penix, Shadur, and Caleb all playing better right now.
Yeah, exactly that. Same thing I said.
I'll say Shadur kind of struggling, but the team is struggling altogether.
Yeah, it's more so the team and the offensive line because Shador, when he gets his time, he does it well. But he don't really have time all the time. But they hit that boy more than a crackhead hit a pipe.
Oh man. Oh, we got one more coming, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. Peyton runs like he had. Is that scoliosis?
Hey man, and there's nothing wrong with anybody who has scoliosis. Let's just put that out
I
there.
have scoliosis. Don't. That's not. That's actually not funny, but I have that. Rubbing the old man. y'all wrong.
Cut had a bent over and pee. They see a little S in his spine.
Man, I had to actually have a brace for that years ago.
God dog Forrest.
What's up with all the decommitments we've been receiving lately? We had too many.
Yeah, we had them two boys on defense, but I can handle that. It's we did. We just had Fat, the running back.
But that's only two though. Or is it three?
We had Fat decommit, and then we had
Solomon.
And then we had like two DBs decommit.
Yeah.
But a couple of them saying, it's still open. They still open to Auburn, blah, blah, blah. They just probably trying to get some more money, man. That's all that is. It's a little different now.
I think Januis is gone. I think he's gonna go to South Carolina, but I think
that Solomon, the Lewis boy, he out of there. He gonna say he South Carolina all day.
Yeah. I think, but I think all the other recruits, I think we're gonna be fine. We still got
solid with everybody else.
Yeah. Still got the other 5-star. His name can't come to me right now. And then we got the offensive lineman. So I think we're gonna be fine. If they can win the rest of their game, it's particularly that last game on the schedule. I'm gonna say it right now. Auburn will be a top 10 recruiting class going into December or finishing up December.
Man, look at here. We win that game and lose that last game of season and hit that bowl. Now look, we really need to win this game right here.
Yeah.
To set us up to have 7 wins if we beat New Mexico State. We need this game right here to go into the Iron Bowl with 7 victories. That'll be a winning record in his first season on the plane. Whether he win or lose in Tuscaloosa, It won't matter. We definitely need to get this one. We need to bang this one out tomorrow. I mean Saturday.
Hey, the Iron Bowl in Auburn this year. So
Mm-hmm. It'll be real big.
uh, we know what happened when they come to Auburn. Great things happen. Let's see.
Every time.
We processed out Fat and Jalen. Jan Lewis was one we want to leave. Yeah, I've heard that too. That Jan Lewis, we really weren't pretty like worried about him leaving. Let's see. All right,
Well, hey, if we process the hey,
that's 3, and it's hurting out the recruiting rankings. Jalen Lewis going to Louisville. He lives right down the street from me. Hey, well, tell him to come back.
you ain't lying. That's your partner. Go down there and knock on their door.
Yeah, tell him to come back.
Tell them we got some cheeseburgers.
Tony can help him with a car.
You know what I mean?
Oh man. All right, y'all. Well, hey, we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. CNT Talking Tiger. Hey, we thank y'all for the engagement. Thank y'all everybody that took out the time to watch and listen on this evening. Hey, remember to also make sure that you follow us on Instagram, CNT Talking Tigers. And also make sure that you like and subscribe on YouTube, CNT Talking Tigers. Yeah, we are doing well, but we want to do better. We want to get more people in here. We want to have more conversations. And hey, we want to continue to hear from y'all. So hey, y'all help us out. Tell y'all friends, tell y'all family to make sure they follow and watch CNT Talking Tigers. So until then, Tony, as always, you know how we close it out.
And man, one thing I want to say before I get in closing remarks, if nobody else ever joins us again, we really appreciate Bubba and the old man,
Amen.
Cam Bell, and our newest follower, and our newest, most consistent guy, Ronald McLester. Hey, we appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. Right. Y'all help make the show. Y'all help the show grow. Y'all help the show flow. Right. Y'all do a great job, man. You know what I'm saying? When they put us on, we ain't gonna give you nothing, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna, we appreciate y'all out there.
Right.
We ever get some t-shirts or something, y'all gonna be the first one to get some, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We get some merch around here, CNT. We gonna get us some merch coming soon. Watch out. But hey, like always, for the last 47 minutes, maybe an hour already, because we was a little late. You might have been waiting on us. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you was here with us, and we appreciate that. And as always, to quote the great Russell Simmons, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you, and good night.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We chopped up about the Arkansas game, talking about that New Mexico State game. Till then, War Eagle to y'all. God bless y'all.
War damn Eagle, baby.
Good night.